Hey, what's going on, guys? Eric Pate here, back with another video. So I'm going to go through some NASCAR awards that I think, one of these awards is not an award that NASCAR does, but I think two of these awards are awards that NASCAR does not do, but I think NASCAR should do. Have two awards on here that they do, and then one just to be a fucking clown. But everyone will agree with me on the one I decided to do because I just wanted to be a clown. Now I'm going to go through my reasoning for each. So two of the awards that NASCAR actually does are the first two we're going to do, which is Most Popular Driver and Rookie of the Year. Start off with Rookie of the Year. I think without the Noah Gragson suspension, I still think Ty Gibbs would have won it. I still think Ty Gibbs... I felt like Ty Gibbs, before the Noah Gragson suspension, I felt like Ty Gibbs was a driver to look out for. Rookie-wise. Ty Gibbs was in the contention to win a couple races this year. Hell, I think he was in contention to win fucking... sorry for my language. Hell, I think he was in contention to win Bristol at the night race. A couple months ago. So, I think if Ty Gibbs won that night race in Bristol, he would have gotten the Rookie of the Year. The next award that NASCAR does do is the Most Popular Driver Award. Voting usually opens as soon as the season ends, because now the season ends like the first weekend of November. When it ended like the last weekend of November, we had a vote. They kept voting open until the championship. They will start the voting in September, and then they keep voting open until we do the championship in November, and we don't know the result of it until the night of the awards for the Most Popular Driver. But I think that award should go to, this year, I'm being totally honest, I think this year Chase Elliott is going to get dethroned. I'm saying that part of me is saying that he's still going to somehow win it, but I think this year he's going to get dethroned. I think Chase Elliott's going to get dethroned. I think now there are three drivers I think that can get this award. Now, one of these drivers' names I'm going to say, a lot of people might disagree with me on this, because for the longest time he was actually the most hated driver in NASCAR. Now, here's the thing. He's my favorite driver, and I'm wearing one of his shirts right now. Kyle Busch. I think Kyle Busch, I felt like he gained a lot of fans this year when he switched from Toyota to Chevy. And I feel like his attitude also improved as well, because last year when he was driving Toyota, there was only like 6 total Toyotas racing. So, switching from only a 6-car manufacturer to a 15-car manufacturer can have a lot more help. He nearly won the Daytona 500, but didn't. William Byron is the next one. I think that's gonna have a shot, because a lot of people was going for him. A lot of people wanted him to be the champion this year. A lot of people did not expect him to have a bad day in Phoenix, but he did a lot. I still think that he's gonna have a shot at it. But the guy I think that's gonna have the biggest shot at it, I would say, is the champion from 2023, Ryan Blaney. This was a pretty popular championship, and I really think it was. I think this was a popular championship as well. A lot of people wanted Ryan Blaney to win the championship. When the championship four was decided amongst Larson, Blaney, Bell, and Byron, not a whole lot of people had expectations for Bell, and which ended up happening because Bell actually blew a brake rotor like, I think 100 laps into the race. Only a third of the way done with the race, and he blew a brake rotor. And then people were saying Larson trying to pull off a season comeback and win his second title. And then a lot of people were thinking William Byron was kind of get it done, because William Byron, I would say, why in He's on this list unanimously for this award by himself. All these people, by the way, are on their list by themselves for that category, for that award. But Ryan, except for most popular driver, but the eventual champion of the sport was Ryan Blaney, and it was a pretty popular championship, and I think that's going to probably do it for him. And I would also argue that the next award I have is called, so that's that for most popular driver. So the award, there are two more awards I think that they should award. Most improved and most consistent needs to be recognized. I think the most consistent driver of 2023, hands down, William Byron. I feel like William Byron was the most consistent out of all the drivers this year. He won the most races. He won 6 times this year. All at different types of tracks, I think. Vegas, Phoenix, Darlington. Okay, he won at Vegas, which is intermediate. He won at Phoenix, which can be considered a short track. He won at Darlington, which is another track that you have to survive at. I would still argue this win a little because it was a rain shortened race. He won Atlanta in July. He won Watkins Glen. Got his first road course win at Watkins Glen. Winning on a road course is hard. And then he won at Texas, which is another intermediate track. So, and that consistency helped him a lot to get him into Phoenix to go fight for a championship, which he ended up finishing third in points. But I still felt like out of all the drivers, he was the most consistent. I think he was statistically, I had it somewhere, I think I threw it away, but he had the most consistency out of the 4 drivers who made it into the Final Four. Let's see, do I want to do my most improved one next, or do I want to do the one I did just as a joke? Let's do most improved, and then we'll talk about, I think, the most improved driver this year. Now, there's a couple people I thought about doing. I thought about putting Martin Truex on it because he didn't make the playoffs last year and then won the regular season title and missed out on Phoenix, I think by like 22 points. And then Ryan Blaney won no races last year, then won 3 this year. That bought him a 2023 championship. But honestly, this guy, I felt like, exceeded people's expectations. I knew people. I expected Truex to win. I expected Blaney to win in 2023. Just not as many times as they did, but I did see them winning, and I did not see Truex win in the regular season. But I felt like this guy exceeded expectations out of all NASCAR fans. He took a couple years off from Cup, went back to Xfinity, did some years in there, and then this year came back to Cup. And I feel like next year he's gonna finally get his first oval win, because all 3 of his wins have been on road courses so far. I believe the most improved driver this year was AJ Allmendinger. I really felt like AJ Allmendinger improved a lot. And I think that he did run a few races last year with calling, but I do think AJ Allmendinger is going to take the Cup Series next year, and I do think AJ Allmendinger is going to win an oval or 2. I definitely see him winning a road course next year, but I do see him also probably getting a win out on an oval. He needs to get an oval win real bad. I think he's also one of 3 drivers to get his first 3 career wins on road courses. 2014 Watkins Glen. He won the inaugural race that was on the Indianapolis road course. and then he won the Charlotte Roval earlier this year. That's another thing. People did not expect him to get a victory this year. He did. Now, it sucked because the guy who finished second was in a must-win situation, or was it third? And it was my guy. My guy was in a must-win situation to make the next round at the Roval, but like I just said, he did not make it, and unfortunately was eliminated. Now, this is the one I did as a joke, but I bet people would not. And if NASCAR actually did this, if NASCAR actually did this, I can already tell you a lot of people will vote for him for it. I can tell you probably get almost being unanimous for this award. But I think this year's award for this, NASCAR actually handed out this award. It's called the most hated driver. The most hated driver. It goes to... A lot of people's gonna agree with me on this. Denny Hamlin will be honestly, I also think of him as the most entitled driver in NASCAR. I'll just explain in just a second. Actually, I'm going to be explaining right now. So, why do I think Denny Hamlin deserves to get the most hated award in NASCAR driver award? Because he is. I mean, okay, let's talk about what. So, okay, it really all started at Pocono last year when he wrecked Ross Chastain from the lead. Now, they also had a little bit of food, so I kind of understand at the time. Hamlin ended up winning the race, air quotes, because Kyle Busch finished second as well. But something was found after the race that NASCAR did not like and failed both the 11 and 18 car, to where Chase Elliott ended up being the race winner. But ever since then, I just felt like Denny Hamlin has been hated the most. Because he also did quite a few other ugly things. The first thing I remember him doing that caused a lot of people to start hating him was what he did at Phoenix. He intentionally wrecked Ross Chastain with like 1 lap to go on the final lap or something, or final lap or 2 to go. They had to finish in overtime, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the white flag was already waved, and he said on his podcast, yeah, I intentionally wrecked Chastain, and then he said that, what is NASCAR gonna do? NASCAR's not gonna do a damn thing about it, and I'm like, dude, you done just messed up. So NASCAR decided to slap Hamlin with a $50,000 penalty. He tried to appeal it. Here's the thing, he tried to appeal it, and I'm like, bro, you're trying to appeal a penalty. You're trying to appeal a penalty that you admitted that you did something intentional, and you're gonna appeal it? What the hell? And then a month and a half later in May, 2 months later in May, he spun Kyle Larson on last lap at Kansas. Larson ended up saving it before he let Denny Hamlin do more damage. And completely wrecked out Kyle Larson. He was side drafting off him before he spun him. And Hamlin said, "Oh, that's just hard racing." And then let's go to, let's see, where? What do I want to? Oh, let's talk about the Coca-Cola 600. 3 or 4 times in a matter of 2 laps, ran Chase Elliott, kept running Chase Elliott up the racetrack. They ended up making contact a few of those times, and Chase is like, "All right, that's it," and spun Denny Hamlin into the outside wall. And in his interview outside the Infield Care Center, he just threw a fucking tantrum. I don't understand why he wants to do this shit. I didn't do anything to him. What have I done to him before? I don't know why he's throwing a tantrum. He should not be racing next week. Okay, you say you don't know what you did to him before? Take a look at what you did to him during the 2017 STP 500 at Martinsville. Was it STP 500? Ah, shit. That's a wrong race name. I don't freaking know, and I don't freaking care of what the name of that race was. I think it was like First Headache, Goody's Headache, really, 500 actually. But in the end, I don't freaking care on what the name of that race was. But Chase Elliott was literally less than 45 seconds away from his first career win. And Denny Hamlin decided to take it from him by spinning him out. Chase Elliott did eventually get his first career win the next season at Watkins Glen. And then, yeah, he did a number of things to Chase Elliott. That's the most memorable one. And he's saying he never did anything to Chase Elliott before. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he took his first career win from him. And Chase Elliott was the one who ended up getting suspended, even though the whole thing was instigated by Hamlin. Alright. And then at Pocono, he wrecked Chastain and Larson for the win as well there. And then, no, he got instant karma on this one. He tried to wreck Ryan Blaney at Homestead, but instead, the very next lap that he tried to wreck Blaney, he wrecked himself. He blew a tire or something. And I like what Blaney said after the race. And when Blaney was being interviewed after that, Blaney said, what is that word that Hamlin used at one time? Hack? Yeah, he's just a hack. I thought it was funny. Blaney used his own words. So let me know, out of the 5 awards I mentioned, most popular driver, most improved driver, most consistent driver, rookie of the year, and most hated driver of 2023, let me know who you think deserves each of those awards. Like, subscribe, comment, favorite, be nice, go be awesome, favorite, hate, no hates, and I'll be 22 in less than 25 hours. No, 27.